Feminism and racism have been around since the beginning of time. Now, in the Pixar short film Pearl, you can clearly see that these men are all white, and Pearl is discriminated against as a woman. For women to find jobs in a blue-collar setting, it's very difficult for them to fit in, as you can see when Pearl moves in. You'll see her move in, and she's all feminine and just happy. But then, as soon as she meets the men, she gets a little distraught and changes her appearance. You can also tell that all the men in Bro Capital, they're all white males. Why is that? As you can see in the film, all the men in Bro Capital, they're all white. Maybe this is because there was a certain message that they really wanted to portray, but we'll never really know for sure. All we do know is that a Caucasian male does dominate the work system, as opposed to an African American male or female. Caucasian men and women are often able to grab better opportunities and bigger job positions with better pay than an African American male or female.
So all the women in the video are represented as yarn, which means they're all a lot smaller than all of the men, which you can see in a lot of different clips, as well as our main character, Pearl, is pink, which is considered the female color for some reason. Another thing is that when she comes into the office at first, she has a box and all of her items are pink and fuzzy, and her flower, like everything is different than all of the men that are different from her cute and fuzzy materials that she brings with her. As far as the female personality, the biggest thing is the fact that she is considered cute and smaller, and she is also looked down to. In the first scene where we show the main character, the camera pans down to actually look at the women, just showing that women are less than men, or that men look down to women. Another thing is that the men, when Pearl tries to tell a joke or tries to speak to them, they look at her in a weird mannerism, or just like what she's saying is weird, it doesn't make sense. When it does, it just doesn't match what they view as a real person in their workplace. The only time she is finally seen is when she changes her course, when she changes her outfit into more of like a suit attire, and her gestures are larger, and she's louder and just being more like the men, and the jokes become more inappropriate, and she's just yelling what she feels instead of being shy and passive, which makes her seem more like the men in the video. Therefore, she is seen as more of a success in the workplace.
So now that we've talked about stereotyping women, it's time to start talking about the stereotypes of men in the video. The company that Pearl, the little yarn ball, is working for is literally called Bro Incorporated. You walk in, every floor, it's all men, and whenever they go into meetings, they're very aggressive. It's more of a hostile environment, more so than just putting out your ideas. It's, oh, well, this one's better than this one, or this one's better than that, we should do this, why aren't we doing that? And everyone's just yelling at each other and getting loud and getting all riled up. After the meetings are over, the guys always want to go out and get food and go out and get wings and watch the games, talk about what's going on in sports. One of the guys even says, oh, drinks on Gronkowski being a football player, because men are stereotyped to only care and only talk about sports and food and chicken wings in particular for some reason when it comes to sports. Men are known to be critical of women when it comes to certain things. Sports, they're like, oh, you know about sports. Business, it's, oh, are you sure you know what you're doing? Or are you sure you want to do that? And throughout the video, the men are like that the whole time. Once the other yarn ball comes into the picture, Pearl starts to accept it, and her accepting this other yarn ball gets the men to start accepting the yarn as another person too, and not just another person in the company. They actually all start to come together, are accepting other yarn into the company, not just the two of them.
Okay, in Pixar's short film, we see like women being portrayed as like small, like cute, and like in the office dynamics, it's different. There's differences between men and women. So men are seen like more aggressive, and like the men are usually the ones that are running these companies, and so they tend to promote like men over women because the men usually have the same like characteristics as the men. So, and if women have like the same characteristics as men, then they tend to seem like overconfident and cocky, and so the men do not like this. So the women are usually not promoted to the same positions. And so the women are seen mostly as quiet in like meetings. And I've seen the short film, like when Pearl was trying to like interject in the meeting and trying to like speak out. Like the men kept like overcrowding her, and her like what she was trying to say was not heard. So ambitious men are seen as more confident, and while if women do this, then they are not viewed like the same way as men.
Feminism means that you essentially agree with equality across all genders, races, sexualities, ethnicities. You just want equality for all. There's a lot of issues when it comes to females in the workplace, like being catcalled, whistled at, instigating different male behaviors, and she has to kind of sit there and take it because as a female you're scared to rock the boat, and you might lose your job, you might lose your place of employment, maybe even your relationship if you say something. A lot of men have problems when it comes to feminism because there's a lot of issues where they think that it means that women are better than men, which is essentially not the case. A lot of men are now becoming feminists because they realize their position of power in society and how they can use their privilege and their position to help the betterment of everyone in society. So what I would say, what my group is, what I would say is that we all should become feminists simply because it makes the world better.